Losing was never an option.
What's up, Internet? Today we are going to talk about Dragon's Quest Heroes, the World Tree something something something, or there it is up on the screen. That's what it's called. Anyway, I did a Let's Look At on this game about a month and a half ago, something like that, and I really enjoyed it. So as soon as I finished up Grand Theft Auto 5 on the PC, I got back into this, and I've been playing through this, and I finally finished it, and I wanted to do a full review on it, because I thought, hey, here's a game that's not really gotten a whole lot of attention, but I really enjoyed it. So here's why I enjoyed it. It's a very simple game. It's a very pretty game. It plays very, very well. So the sword fighting is incredibly satisfying. It's fast, it's simple, it's easy to master. The game looks beautiful. Running on the PlayStation 4, this game looks amazing. There's actually a PC version available now as well, which also looks amazing. There's nothing too overly detailed. It's just a very good-looking, cartoony art style to it. I don't know, I really dig it. I really like it. I kept going back to the game just to kind of look at it. It looks awesome. And the other thing that made me really like it is that it's very simple to get into and upgrade your character. So that's the first thing that I'm going to touch on. The upgrading in this game is very, very simple. There's no real like upgrading path or anything that you have to kind of explore or play around with. It's just, here's your upgrades, you can select whichever ones you want at any time as long as you have the upgrade points, and bam, you can upgrade it. There's no confusing weapon crafting system either, like every other RPG that's out. You just, if you want to buy a sword, you buy the sword. It's like the good old days of old school RPGs. If you wanted to buy a sword and you didn't know which one would be the best to get, there's really only one thing you pay attention to. Does this one have more attack power? Yes. Then that's the one you buy. That's it. It's as simple as that. Another thing that the game has is something called a tension meter. And what the tension meter does is, as you battle and as you defeat enemies, the tension meter builds. And once the tension meter fills all the way up, you can unleash a fury of attacks, a bunch of attacks that you can chain together. You have a lot more power, and then at the end of that you have this huge devastating attack which will basically wipe out all the enemies on the screen. Sometimes it doesn't, but most of the time it does. Which brings me to my next point, is that the game is very easy. So there's really no challenge to the game. It's just you get in there, you kick a little ass for a couple hours, and you turn it off and you go back the next day. It's just a fun game to hop in. And if you wanted something that's, I don't want to say mindless, but after a hard day of work, if you just want to come home and jump into a game and win, and not really have to put a whole lot of effort into it, this is your game. It's got its own, I think it's only one difficulty setting, if I remember right. It's just like the normal difficulty, but it's incredibly easy. A lot of times I can turn people off. I loved it. I thought the game was very fun to play. Now, the story of the game is very simple, but basically, you have the humans and you have these monsters that all coexist together. They live together. A lot of them are pets. Well, some stuff happens and the monsters go crazy. They turn on the humans and they now want to kill the humans. And so now the humans are like, well, let's figure this shit out and stop it. There's your story. So, again, nothing too deep, but it's enough and it drives the story along. The majority of the story is played in a 4-character team. At the beginning of the game, you do get to select your preferred protagonist, and then go from there. But really, once you unlock all 4 characters that you can get, or at least all 4 character slots, then you can interchange characters as you want. You can switch between the characters. It's not a big deal. But you'll typically always have a 4-character team that you can switch through. Now, I was playing the Day 1 edition, which came with some free DLC, which came with some, I guess, slime-themed weapons. And the weapons are definitely better than your starting weapons, but as soon as you have access to a store, the weapons that you can buy from the store are better than the free DLC weapons. So I don't want to say the DLC was useless, but it nearly was. So I didn't have a lot of money, so I bought my main character that I picked. I bought her a sword from the store, which was much better than the DLC weapon, and then I gave the DLC weapon to the other guy. And that way I was able to upgrade both of them, but only have to buy one weapon. So DLC wasn't completely useless, but it almost was. But overall, the game is fun. Like I said, it's simple, it's basic, it's easy to get into, it's beautiful, it's a great time, and it's a great game to play. So if you haven't picked it up yet, I would highly recommend this one. I'm sure it's going to hit bargain bin prices at some point because you don't see a whole lot about the game. But even if you pay full price for it, like I did, I think you're still going to have a good time. And the game's about 30 hours or so, give or take, to get through. And it's just a good, solid, third-person hack-and-slash action RPG. And there's just something about the game that keeps me wanting to come back to it. And I blew through the game in a matter of a couple days just because I loved it. So there, I hope you liked the video. Like it if you liked it, disliked it if you didn't. Let me know what I can do better, and feel free to subscribe for more. So thanks for watching, and have a great day.